So, Alan, I know this team doesn't have the amount of points they had last year. They're not going to get to the 55 wins that they had last year. But do you feel differently about this team than you did last year at all?
Yeah, one of the things I really didn't like the last 2 years, and I'm an old school guy when it comes to every game is a value to me, and every game matters, your effort and execution. And I felt that maybe the last 6 weeks of both of the seasons, they were so far ahead of everything. They'd clinched the playoffs so early. But I just felt like they were complacent, somewhat arrogant, maybe cocky. And when I'd hear them interviewed after blowing a game to a team that wasn't in the playoffs, oh, that's okay. We're just waiting for the playoffs. We're just getting ready. Well, you've got to be on all the time. You've got to execute. There's got to be attention to detail. If they would have had that attitude, a lot better. Now I look at this team. It can have that attitude because it struggled so much in the first 6 weeks, 2 months of the season. It's been up and down. It's one of the ugliest first places ever. But what I do figuring out to play different ways, that those teams weren't changing for anything. The style they had to play, they weren't, trying to figure out what the other team was doing and really change their game and tailor it to be better defensively, or maybe not to be physical, maybe just to check the puck and be a frustrating team. And we're seeing that. And right now, I look at, they have a lot of players that can skate. There's a healthy competition going on for a lot of the different spots in the lineup up front. And then you've got on defense some speculation as to who's going to play in defense. So last year, everything was a given. Everyone was getting their jersey. No one was worried about who was playing every game because they knew who was playing. This team, guys are being held to a different standard, and maybe unfairly sometimes to some of the players may think that way. But there's a lot of wingers vying for spots right now. There's an injection of youth, which is always good. If you can get a guy, Verana, playing, at top speed all the time, and Burakovsky playing top speed and a smart game, and maybe Travis Boyd comes in and helps out, in a fourth-line center role. There's a lot of different options right now. Jacob Yarabek that they picked up from Montreal has been really good when he's been in the lineup for the Caps. Actually, their record is 6-2 when he's in the lineup, and they've outscored the opposition 25-13 when he's out there. So I think having a roster have to walk in the dressing room every day and wonder who's getting a jersey, I think that's important. And the fact that they're picking up at the right time rather than slowing down, they're gaining momentum. You look at the play of T.J. Oshie, it looks like he's finally back to 100% physical health, and that really helps his game all the way around. Now that he's scoring and putting up numbers, he looks like a completely different person than he did a month ago.
Talking to Alan May, former Cap, of course, Caps analyst for NBC Sports Washington. I know you talked about the Flyers when we were talking about Gruby, and that's a bad matchup. Is Philadelphia the one team that you don't want to see in the first round, or is there someone else you absolutely don't want to play?
Well, you look around the Eastern Conference, a lot of teams are playing right now. You always look at Pittsburgh Penguins is a team. I'd rather someone soften them up than you try to win your first round. And Columbus, they're one of the hottest teams in the league. But I think right now Philadelphia has been able to skate circles around the Caps in the games that they've played. And they've completely changed the identity of their team. They're no longer the Broad Street bullies. They don't have anyone that fights. They don't have any punks on their team, more or less. They're not trying to run you from behind into the glass. They're trying to skate you into the ice and score more goals than you by a bucket load. And so that team, they really scare me. And the New Jersey Devils, if you don't play them correctly, if they make it, you're in trouble. If you let them skate up and down the ice without getting in their way, they'll embarrass you. So, I think you have to give everyone their respect. But now from what I've seen, I would have to say it is the Philadelphia Flyers that the Capitals would be most concerned with because of the amount of speed that they have in their lineup, the quality of coaching that they have over there. And, their biggest question mark would be goaltending at this point.